Alright, this is our command line assignment. I did it with Ala, Cody, and Anton. We did a couple of cool things. We followed the instructions to the best of our abilities, but because this is optional and it was um, just the word game, Hangman, we decided to make it a little bit more fun and also do the psychic game from a previous assignment. As well as making it save our scores and reading from that. So let's walk you through it. So we start our game, node.index, because that is the home file. And we get prompted with the inquirer 3 different choices. We can guess, play psychic game, or we can just end game. So we'll start with the word guess. Boom, we get some awesome word game pop up, and we get to guess a letter. We'll see that we have the letters displayed there as hyphens, and so let's start guessing. Let's try J. It's not J. What about O? Okay. G. P. About T. It's not T. Try D. S. I know the answer here. Gotta put in space bars too, unfortunately. Got A or L. We got A. We got N. We got it right. So it read what our current score was off of the word score.txt, and it updated it. So let's see. We'll play again, and we'll lose here and see what happens. Is it P? It's not P. Is it I? Nope. Is it T? Nope. R? There's an E in there. Is there a W? Nope. Is there a B? Nope. Letter C, an X, a Z, H, G, N, M, V, Q. I'm running out of letters here. A. Oh, no. We didn't get it, so we have one loss. You can see it immediately went to the word score.txt and updated it. We don't want to play word guess again, so we'll say no. But we get prompted our questions again. We go to psychic game. We get the beautiful looks, and we'll try the psychic game. So here's, just gotta guess the correct letter. Wow, I guessed right on the first one. That can't be right. Guess the letter. Incorrect. I guessed it right on the second guess. Wow, that never happens. Let's go again. Y, T, R, D. Here, let me open up the psychic score. So we have our wins and losses recorded. I guessed our W, S, F, G, H, B, B, C, X, Z, N, L. Nope, we didn't get it to happen. Let's not play again. Let's just exit out, and bam. Exit just like that. So we got a couple things that we did here. We started off with what they asked is doing it as a constructor. So we have this constructor that starts off with the letters being false as a Boolean value, and if they're false, the display method is going to return this, but if they become true at any point, then it'll display the letter instead. We have a check to see if it's been guessed, and if it is true, that changes it to true, or if it's not, it's returned false, and we export this. That gets exported to the word.js file, where we require the letters, and we do a word constructor. This involves 2 arrays. Not much to say, but well, there's kind of a lot, but it's hard to condense down into a quick little video here. But we have a method here that is going to construct what we see on the display based off of the letters.js. display method. So it builds on this variable w that we just created, where if it is a true value, then it's going to display the letter, and if it's a false value, it's going to display the hyphen. And after every letter has a space. This is where we have the check letter, which is going to run the guest letter, and it pushes some stuff. Allah had to do this set timeout because otherwise it would. Allah, what was the issue with the set timeout there?
Okay, so without the timeout, every time the letter will get null. You know how I use the letter?
Oh yeah, and so it needed the set timeout so that it would give it a second.
Just to wait, yeah.
Just
because
to wait
other than that, all the
it.
time I get null.
Yeah. All right. And all this gets pulled out to the index, which is here's where we have our game requirements. So we require Inquirer, Chalk, Figlet, our Word.js. We also have our Psychic game in a separate file, and we use the FS file system that's built in to Node. Some of this is a little switch back and forth. We could definitely clean this up. But here are the 3 choices of possibilities that can come in our hangman game. Sorry, we didn't make it more complex. I'm sure we could do that in a phase 2 or 3 of this. And here is the characters that we use for our psychic game. It's just the alphabet. We let our counter start at 16. That's true for both games. And this is, we say to run the function to get our save scores. So that's what runs bottom. Sorry to scroll. But we get our save scores by reading the files. And we put that to a string. Those get updated throughout the game by passing in the argument and by another function, which is write score to file. Cool. We move on. We have our play word function. So this is when we're playing hangman, which gets started by our very initial thing that happens is our play function when you load index, which the play function is our inquirer. So you choose what you want to do. That's where we run our figlets based on your response, or exit out based on what you choose. It also is where the letter is generated or the word is generated. And they start our other 2 functions. So if you choose you want to play the word guess game, play word is started. You choose you want to play psychic, or if you want to play the psychic game, play character function is, and the character or word gets passed as the argument. So we'll go to the play word, which is at the top. So you have an inquirer, you have we run the method of word.displayWord from earlier, and we have a prompt that says guess letter. That guess is, well, first off, we check to see if our counter is at 0 afterwards, and if that happens, we're going to add to the losses, and then that is going to get reflected in the word score txt, which is an argument passed into there so that the word score txt file is updated. We tell the person their wins and losses, and it goes to the play again, which is where you choose if you want to play that game again, yes or no. If that loss condition isn't met, then possibly a win condition might be met. But first we're going to check to make sure that the letters in lowercase, because all of our words are in lowercase, matches any of them. that is a method in the word, just over here. If that letter, this is like where he passes in the element and makes sure that the letter has the element. So if it's it shouldn't be undefined. It's not undefined at this point, and it's a letter. The letter is guessed because the Boolean value gets switched. We're going to say it's a correct guess, and we take a the counter goes down 1. Also, when that happens, we're going to check our saved word to make sure that they match in length, and because of how they get pushed in, if the lengths are equal, then that means that you win the game, or you've won. That's the win condition is met, and so we update the file, and we display our current wins, and we go back to play again. Otherwise, they have not won, and so they're going to play another round. This is kind of the similar thing. Oh, it's not been checked. So we also have this else statement there, right? Where it checks the thing and it restarts this loop. We have the play again thing that we were talking about, where it's just a yes or a no, and you would just play whichever one you were still in. Play care. This is for the psychic game. Runs pretty similar to the word game, just a little more simple. And there's the play again for characters, so that's where you just confirm if you're doing that. This is where the function for generating our word, function for generating our letter. Pretty simple. He doesn't have it hard coded in here. What the instead of it being a number, he lets it be an index. We let it be an index-based length to choose from. And I went over how this inquire works, how the write file, how the read file, and what begins it all. So that's about it. Hope you liked it. Have a nice day. We deserve an A.